Correct. Yeah, we're able to upload the lists. I've uploaded the list of about just over 1 million leads. And then Facebook's been able to match up with about 700,000 people that they have in their database. So that creates a custom audience that we're able to market specifically to that audience. Nobody that's outside of that audience will see our or our marketing. So we can have a very targeted message. That's very powerful.
So even before we even send an email, they're already seeing Sparky all over the place. And now you guys,
Yeah,
and these are leads that are in your back office right now, right? The value of the leads in your back office, guys, are going to skyrocket in the next 30, 60, 90 days. But
absolutely.
what were you saying? Didn't mean to interrupt you, Ron.
No, no. I mean, there's two types of media from Facebook. There's the clicks and then there's the views. And you could get a 500,000 views and maybe get 300, 200,000 clicks type thing. But people are seeing the ad. They don't necessarily have to click on it. They're seeing it. They're becoming aware. It's all over the place. So when we're marketing to these 700,000 people that have matched up with Facebook's database, and we're sending a message, we're getting that message across. And we are getting a lot of clicks. And when people click on the ad, they'll obviously filter back into your team, which is really powerful because we're using special links that do that. But again, we're getting the message out there, and then we're then taking an email delivery. And if we have 300,000 opens from the million, that is a new list that we call openers. It's a list that we keep building on, and we just build an openers list. An openers list is a warm email list. It's actually people that are receptive to the message. And then we could send out a ringless voicemail message to those 300,000 people. And let's say only 250,000 ringless voice messages got through. Whatever the success rate on the ringless voice messages, because some people use lines that don't accept text messaging and that sort of thing. And of the 250,000 that got through, now we could send out text messaging that will get through 100%. And then from there, we can go to the call center and call people. But, they've had multiple points of contact and continuous contact. So that's the warm up and the conversion of the leads. And, what percentages of conversion are you going to expect? There's no way of knowing because, someone may get 2 enrollments and someone else may get 20 enrollments, but those 2 enrollments may wind up building a team of 1,000 people because they're really strong enrollments. So it's like there's no way of knowing, but we are working in the best possible way to support the value of the data and using these different means of communication and bringing them all to the table simultaneously with one consistent message, which is very powerful.
That's right. So Ron, the more that time goes by, the more we reach out to them, the more touch points that we're making on the leads that are in people's back office. Would you say the more valuable they're getting?
Well, absolutely. After, and then 3 months from now or 6 months from now, the leads will be even more valuable because you'll have people that are going to be stepping up that have been receiving emails for the last 4 months, 5 months. So you're getting the compound effect of the follow up and follow through.
Yep,
So yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
Excellent. So guys, there's 2 big initiatives there's automation that we're sharing with you where we're building this mountain, and then we're having our call center team and anyone else who wants to participate is kind of like the cherry on top, right? So we're distilling that million down to the top 250,000 leads that we can communicate with. Okay, but even before that, we have 20,000, at least 20,000 starter members. You guys have them in your back office. What are those starter members? What's the value of those? Well, right now we have about 10% of the starter members, like you heard with Tyson's example. That's the average. 10% of the members back there are paid members. Well, guys, that's the lowest hanging fruit that we're having. So we're training the call center. And those of you that want to learn how to reach out to your starter members, we're going to have some training next week. Right now, we're focusing on the call center. We're going to lock down that training. And then anybody else that wants to accelerate the conversion of the leads you see in your back office, again, it's strictly voluntary. we're going to do that. So guys, so we have the 20,000 in our back office. The pink there represents all of the leads that are in our CRM that know who PHG is, that know who Sparky is, that have gone over one of our capture pages. And these are these are the other leads that are in your back office, right? So these ones, they've been receiving emails from us for weeks, for months, and some for years. They know who we are, and now we're launching an initiative to really target in on the blue, the starter members, the pink, those members, and we're using automation to transfer as many of the 250,000 top priority leads that are in your back office and get them over into the pink zone. Okay. And what happens then? Well, when they go over the funnels, they're many times they're going to go straight into the call center and we're going to sign them up. Okay. But what happens for the leads that don't quite make it to the call center, that don't sign up? What's our strategy for reaching out to the 250,000 here? This is really important, guys. So what we're doing from a touch point standpoint, these leads, I promise you guys that the value of your leads are going to skyrocket in the next 30, 60, 90 days. And this is my opinion. If some of you, if you didn't have another lead added to your back office, just harvesting what's there, many of you will be set. Okay. Plus, for most of you, we're going to be adding more leads. It's going to make that even more true. Okay. So the leads that are back there, 70% of them have been verified with Facebook, and they're already seeing, Ron's already targeting them with Sparky ads before they even see our first video. Now, what happens if they see the ad and they jump now? Guess what, guys? They're coded to you, right? So the retargeting can get you signups before they even received anything else from us, before they talk to anybody. They can go from retargeting to an ad to a generic link, because we're not going to reassign them to somebody else. So anyone that's in your back office that goes over our generic link, sparkyvideo.com or sparkysticker.com, when they sign up, the system already knows they belong to you. Okay, so every single one of we're shaking the tree now, guys. We haven't been doing that a lot, but going forward, we're going to be shaking the tree very seriously, and you're going to see a lot of fruit come off that tree in the coming weeks and months like you've never seen before. You guys want conversions? We're going to have some massive conversions. Okay, I promise you that. Now, we had to get some other things in place. Okay, example, to be able to email large numbers of people, our programmers have been warming up these accounts so that we can email a number of people and have some good percentages. So we're leveraging a different account that is all primed to go, and our numbers are off the chart. Okay, these are emails that's not going to go in their spam. It's going to show up. Okay, so these emails are going to come in. People are going to see those emails. We're between 30 to 50% open rate. Okay, now I'm lowballing it here. Okay, so of the million, we're have anywhere from 300 to 500,000 leads open, that are people that are open in our emails. See, now we have the tool that we can really now reach out to these million leads like we never have before. Okay, so that's the first step. Well, anyway, so all these leads are going to see retargeting ads everywhere. If they act now, they're going to be in your back. They're going to be in your back office. They're going to be going through the funnels. They're going to be going into the call center and signing up without even if they didn't receive an email. But we're going to be getting more emails out there. We're going to be doing ringless voicemail messages. Now, what they're going to hear first, guys, they're going to hear Sparky, right? They're going to hear, this is Sparky, and he's going to be calling them. That'll verify the text messages. Okay, so that's phase one. Phase two, we're going to go back, and Steve or myself, or we're going to send a couple of human messages referring to what Sparky can do for them, really warming them up. Okay, and so now again, I want to emphasize, guys, this is all being done for you if you choose. Okay, and now being passive is actually going to be a lot more profitable going forward, because we're going to have an army of people that will be doing this for you. However, if you want to participate with this, and you're not in the call center, we'll have a training on Monday that'll teach you how to do this. Okay. But know this, either, no matter how we're doing it, whether you do it or at the call center. So we have ads going to the leads. We're going to have emails going to the leads. We're going to have Sparky sending voicemail to the leads. We're going to have myself and Steve leave them messages before they hear from you. We had a great training with the call center today. See, we have some people that are so dedicated. They're so brave. They're willing to start pounding the phones. The thing is, guys, we don't want you to yet, right? We want to warm them up. We want you, anyone that's brave enough and has the inclination to call the leads, we want you to follow. We highly recommend you follow this process. Okay, so any leads in your back office, they're going to become a lot more familiar with what we're doing. They're going to know who Sparky is. They're going to know who PhD Hub is. Okay, before you do the first step, now what for those that want to, and this is what our call center is going to be doing for you. So now we're going to have individuals reach out to those leads with a one-on-one ringless voicemail message using their name. And guys, once we've done all this foundation work, when they hear from individuals, that's going to get their attention. We've already proven this before. We know it works really well. So they're going to go, wow, Simona called me and I already knew who Sparky was, but I hadn't quite taken action. And now I have Simona calling to talk to me. And then, now they're okay. That's the cherry on top. That's the straw that tips it over the scale. Okay, because they had someone in our call center or you reaching out to those leads, hearing that voicemail, sending a follow-up text. Matter of fact, as we did a training on this in the call center today, I recommend even going back and sending a second personal voicemail. Now for the brave that are willing to call, make those calls. I told the call center team today, I said, I don't mind calling a bunch of people that have never heard of our company or us before, but that's way hard, guys. When you call those people, you're catching them out of the blue. They don't know who you are. They don't know who we are. That's when you're going to hear, I didn't fill out a form. I don't know what you're talking about, right? Because we just came out of the blue with this idea that they filled out a form. We have no credibility. There's been nothing, no deposits in the emotional bank account with these people at all. So if you're going to go cold call those leads, guys, good luck. I don't think your ratios are going to be very high. And that's where and by the way, when we go through this filter, we're already filtering out the people that we're not able to, if they have a bad number, we'll discover it. So we're distilling the list down. So anyone that does want to call, their time's going to be well spent calling good numbers with good leads that know who we are and have heard from us many, many times, and perhaps heard your voicemail once or twice in a text. Now, I'll tell you what, guys, that's fertile soil. Okay. Now, our affiliates that want to participate, our call center that's going to participate, we're launching a major outreach campaign, guys, where those leads are going into the pink zone. And even if they didn't sign up right away, we're telling them, hey, go to sparkyvideo.com, go to sparkysticker.com. They go in there, and now they're receiving emails to every one of our webinars. Now we're really able to communicate with them because they've opted into our system. And a lot of them are just going to now become inbound for the call center. But guys, I'm so fired up. This, on our previous calls, we said, okay, we're adding these other streams of income because we want, when we build you a network, we want it to be valuable, that you're getting paid off these streams of income. Okay, so we've got those in place. We wanted to have this new funnel, and we have more to come. We want that to be in place. But right now, I want to assure everybody here that's hearing this, we are becoming so laser focused on lead conversion through this automation that we just explained, and our outreach with our call center guys. One of our mentors that some of you might be familiar with, Alex Hermosi, he built his gym business with primarily like paid advertising. He built it that way, and when you're depending on creating inbound only, you're kind of vulnerable, right? If the prices change, if if one thing changes or another and you're depending upon just creating inbound traffic, you're not on the best solid foundation. So what Alex decided to do, and it didn't happen instantly for him, okay, but we put into work and we expect some tremendous results. But within a matter of months, Alex was doing multi-million dollars in business, and 50% of all of his revenue was due to the outreach through the call center. And guys, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have a monster amazing call center with everybody being able to come in and be part of the call center. Uh, and I was joking with the call center team today. I'm like, imagine this liaison light. By the way, you could be the one leaving the ringless voicemail message. You could be the one leaving the text, and somebody else can make the call, right? You don't have to make outbound calls. And by the way, for our call center team, when they're waiting around in the onboard room for the next appointment, this is something they could be doing, you know. So a lot of this isn't going to really take any more time with our existing call center people. So they're going to be able to outreach to your leads a lot more effectively, guys, going forward. But the other thing, and I'm done. There's two really exciting roles for the call center now that we can train people very quickly on, and they can earn ad packs. They can earn Sparky points, right, with this. So we can train people that will come in, and all they do is they take a brand new person that wants to order their sticker, and you take their order and maybe order the sticker, or you just might have the first, help them open their account and then put them on the list to send out their sticker, and maybe somebody else will send out the sticker. But we're broadening the roles in the call center. So a lot of people are going to want to come into the call center and just help people order their sticker. That's a new role that we just launched. Okay. And now with this liaison, we call it liaison light role, where people in the call center, while they're waiting for an appointment to show up, or let's say an appointment that didn't stick, they can just sit there and send out ringless voicemail messages and text. They don't have to call. We do this as a team. And then we may have other people that they go ahead and, just follow up with the calls. But I do like, by the way, when you send a ringless voicemail message, you send a text and you're the person following up. That's the most ideal. Anyway, the bottom line, guys, you want conversions, bring it on. Okay. We're bringing it on, guys. The lead conversion, Simona kind of laughs about this when I brought this. I don't mean to be sarcastic or anything, guys, but we've invested millions of dollars. We put together this system. We've got all these leads in your back office. Do you think that we're going to be satisfied if those leads sit there and they don't convert? No. I didn't mean to be sarcastic, but Simona laughs at this. I'm like, because people are telling us like it's news to us that the leads haven't, that these new leads that we've imported, we haven't got a ratio yet. It's like, we're not stupid, guys. We do know that we want these million leads to convert, and it's going to happen. Okay. I promise you guys, these leads are going to convert. It's going to happen, and everybody's going to be happy. I promise you that. People are going to be happy. We're aware of what's going on with lead. Now, we do appreciate your feedback. We're aware of what we need to do to generate leads. And we're getting our dashboard in, by the way, we're going to have a lot more analytics to know what's working, to help us really dial it in. But we are going forward, guys. We are obsessed with getting you the lead conversions that we all want. And I promise you guys, in the coming weeks, just the next few weeks, you're going to see an increase. The next month, you're going to see an increase. The next month, you're going to see an increase. And when we hit our Super Saturday in September, with all of these funnels in place and all of this, all of the leads being satiated with our outreach, and all of our people guns loaded, reaching out to those people, and all of these new funnels, guys, when we launch whatever version we were going to launch in September, when we have our big launch coming up a little over 60 days from now, guys, it's over. It's over. I promise you guys, we are going to I believe we can sign up 10,000 people in the next 90 to 120 days. And we're absolutely committed to get that done. So, Ron, did you want to tag in a little bit more on any comment? Let me get where you can unmute here. Anything else you'd like to add to what I just covered there, Ron?
No, you've covered it very well. I mean, we've gone through the details of it, and for a lot of people, I mean, it may seem a little complicated, but the thing I'd encourage everyone to know is that you're in good hands. I mean, there are some truly professional people that know what they're doing, that are involved in getting all this done for you in a really effective way. So it's not about understanding it or comprehending it, it's just knowing that you do have somebody that's there. And that's the power to our message here is, outlining and, Ken is very transparent. He tells everything that he's doing, explains everything that he's doing. And because he wants everyone to truly understand the support that's being offered. So I've got tremendous respect for that because there's so few people that actually are honest and, straightforward and transparent with their sales teams like this. But Ken and Steve have been phenomenal as far as that. And that's why they're succeeding because they're going over and above what normal people do. So no, I think we've covered everything. I don't want to overload with too much and, give people the lazy eye look, but it's just, you're in good hands. That's all I could say.
Awesome, awesome. And guys, like I say, if you're new and you happen to go into the second part of our meeting, your timing cannot be better. I mean, my gosh, we are seeing results and we have testimony after testimony. It's working for different people, and now it's going to be working for everyone across the board. So absolutely incredible timing. Hang tight just